Hi everyone, Stepan here. Today I'm going to record a training game because I have an important league match tomorrow morning and I've spent the whole day preparing for my opponent, and I prepared yesterday as well. So I would like to get a practice game in. I tried to crop out the leeches interface so that you can see the pairings and the times better. E4, of course. I was hoping to get the black pieces because I'm playing black tomorrow, but white will have to do. I want to think before the game, and I usually do that by solving puzzles, but I think a proper game is going to help. I'm actually considering the King's Gambit, but I don't know. I think I'm going to play knight to f3. Anyway, sorry for those of you who have been trying to arrange games with me. It's really hard for me to promise a time because I'm basically never aware of when I'll be free. I'll try to in the future. Roy Lopez or Italian, I'm not sure about that either. Oh, Phillidor, okay. I rarely play against the Phillidor, especially in these training games. It's not a very common opening. And he takes. That's even rarer. Okay, so I'm going to take. I've played one tournament game against the Phillidor and I won. It was at the Zadar Open in December. So I don't have a lot of experience against it, but I think it's slightly passive because your bishop on f8 is hemmed in. I like developing my bishop to c4 in a lot of variations, but then bishop g4 could come, so I think I'm going to stick to bishop e2, normal setups. Yeah, just bishop e2. I'm going to try to play it safe, as if it were a tournament game. The advantage for white against the Phillidor is that e5 is sometimes a break and d6 is blocking in the bishop, which is unable to come to c5, the most natural square. So a passive opening for black. I mean, it's a defense. I don't really like it. I never played with the black pieces, and which reminds me, after the Petrov and the Scotch in the E4 series, I'm going to cover the Phillidor as well. I forgot to mention that in one of the comments. So let's see. The main plans for white here, at least what I like playing, is f4, expanding on the king side when I have time, and going for e5. Trying to remove this pawn from the center, remove the knight from f6, and then try to create some attacking chances. For that, my bishop is more active on d3, but as I said, I want to stop bishop g4. I don't really like playing f3 because I prefer castling kingside. If I play, I can go for Sicilian setups with black still having the c-pawn, and the setup would be instead of bishop to e2, bishop c4 and then bishop d3, queen to d2, castles long. In which case bishop g4 is not a threat because I want to play f3 anyway, preparing g4. So this is the second option against the Phillidor, which I like when they take, but for some reason I don't like to get into complications because I have a more natural attacking idea. I have f4, e5, and black doesn't have that many options. c5 is very risky because after my knight returns to f3, then d5 is a huge hole in the position. So there's no easy way for him to remove my knight or to develop his own knight. If he plays knight c6, then I'm going to take it, and double his pawns have a better structure. So I don't like the Phillidor for black, especially taking. Taking is, in my opinion, better for white. And another thing is, if he doesn't play knight c6, if he plays knight b to d7, then f4 is even stronger because e5 forces the knight back, and of course I have to defend it one more time, but If the knight has to go to e8, then that's just not good. I'm going to try to think and share my thoughts and just get in the playing mood, because my last game was 2 weeks ago on Sunday, my last league game, and I won it with the tactical trick. I should have won out of the opening, then I should have lost because I messed up the middle game and gave him an attack, and then I managed to trick him into a favorable queen exchange for me. And this is move 7. I just castled, and I think it's really uncomfortable for him. I mean, where does the bishop go? If the bishop goes to d7, then where does the knight go? Bishop d7, knight c6 might be the best plan, but still, bishop d7, f4. Okay, so rook e8, bishop f8 is the plan. Perhaps g6, bishop g7. f4, bishop f8, bishop d3, f4, bishop f8. Maybe I should play bishop g5 first, and then if f4, bishop f8, then his knight is pinned. Bishop g5, h6, bishop h4, g5, I don't really think is a threat. He's kind of overextending, and my bishop is a great defender on g3, and also looking at the weak d6 pawn reinforcing e5. So I think bishop g5 is a sensible move. Bishop g5, bishop g5, what does he do? Bishop g5, knight c6, I take. Bishop g5, bishop d7, I play f4. Bishop g5, can he take on e4? Bishop g5, knight takes e4. No, because I can... Okay, bishop g5, knight takes e4, knight takes e4. Okay, yeah, it doesn't work because I just take here and my bishop is defended. No, it's not... Okay. Once again, bishop g5, knight takes e4, knight takes e4, bishop takes g5, knight takes g5, queen takes g5, I lose a pawn. Bishop g5, knight takes e4, bishop takes e7, knight takes c3, bishop takes d8, knight takes d1. And once again I lose a pawn. So bishop g5 I don't think is a move because of knight e4. Bishop g5, knight e4, knight e4, bishop g5, knight g5, queen g5. No, it doesn't work. Bishop d3. Bishop d3 seems passive, but it's perhaps the best move. Bishop d3, and my pawn is defended, and after e5 I'm threatening the h7 pawn, threatening queen h5, so perhaps, yeah, perhaps bishop e2 wasn't that good. Now if I play bishop d3 he can play bishop g4 anyway, and I have to play f3. Maybe I can play queen e1. Bishop d3, bishop g4, queen e1. I think I'm going to play bishop d3 because it's... I was kind of counting on bishop g5, but there's this tactical possibility of him to take on e4. And I lost the tempo, I misplayed the opening. Can I play queen e1? If bishop g4, I think queen e1 should be the most sensible move. I really don't want to play f3. So my opponent is rated 1973. I'm lower rated than him, but I played a couple of games today and played on my phone. Played one while walking. I should really get my ratings up on Lichess. The Wise Owl. So usually when your opponent is thinking, you should think about ideas, plans and strategy, and when it's your own move you should calculate. So what's my strategy? I want to play f4, e5. I want to develop my bishop to g5. But still then knight takes c4. Knight takes c4 is annoying, I have to say. Yeah, I'm going to take, just double up his pawns. Retreating wouldn't make any sense, and now I get the tempo to play f4. So I'm happy. If he now plays bishop g4, then queen to e1 is a good move. And basically, if I manage to get e5 in, then he's going to be left with these two horrible isolated pawns if he takes. And if he doesn't take, if he has to move the knight, then where can the knight really go? If the knight goes to d5, then I take it, c takes d5, and... Okay, moving the knight in advance. Now I should be better in any endgame, because he has a horrible structure on the queen side. And now I should be considering attacking ideas. So my plans are queen h5, rook f3, rook h3. If queen h5, g6, then probably queen h6, bishop f8, queen h4, queen h5, g6, queen h6, bishop f8, queen h5, queen h... No, yeah, okay. Queen h5, g6, queen h6, bishop f8, and I have to trade queens. Because if queen to h3, then knight somewhere would attack my queen. Queen h5, g6, perhaps just coming back would be a good idea, because then I have a target for f5. I think I want to provoke g6, because then f5 is much stronger. Queen h5, g6. If he doesn't play g6, then I'm threatening e5. Queen h5, bishop f8, e5, g6. Queen h5, knight f6 is a move. Coming back. Queen h5, knight f6. Maybe I should just connect my rooks and play a developing move. Because if queen h5, the knight can just go back and then my queen goes back. I can't play e5, I can't play f5, giving up the e5 square. And I want to connect my rooks, so bishop d2 seems like a normal move. If he gets his knight into c5, I'm going to allow him to take, reinforce my position. I don't really care about that. Opening up my queen to go to b3, a4, reinforcing my e4 pawn. And he doesn't have knight f6 if I play queen h5. And I want to play queen h5, yeah, okay. Now I think f5 is a good idea, because my bishop is blocked in, and f5, queen h5, g6 can't really be played easily. Blocking in his bishop. If he takes bishop here, queen f3 should be sufficient enough. f5. Do I have anything better? f5, knight back to d7, queen h5, knight f6. I really don't mind him taking on d3. I think f5 is a good move. I'm going to play it. It's an attacking move, opening up my bishop, and maybe after knight takes d3, pawn takes d3, bishop a6, I should play rook to f3, bringing another attacker into play, defending d3. Maybe just developing my bishop, because now even queen g4 is a possibility. I don't have to go to h5. And if he goes back to d7, I'm not sure. I think he lost the tempo then. I mean, he can occupy e5, but then perhaps I can even play bishop f4. I'm not worried about this too much either. Two attackers on e4. He can take. So bishop c3, pawn c3, knight e4, bishop e4, rook e4. But not if I play queen g4. If I play queen g4, I'm defending e4 and I'm threatening checkmate after bishop c3, bishop c3. He can't take because he's threatened with checkmate. So queen to g4 seems like a logical move. And I'm also developing my queen before I play rook f3. So I think it's a good move. If g6, he's not threatening to take because his pawn is pinned. Now my next plan is rook f3, rook h3, rook f1. Bringing all of my pieces into play and going for a checkmate. If I don't manage to get a strong attack, then perhaps exchanging pieces will be wise. His pawn structure is really wretched. And I'm not really threatening anything with the queen now. I just want to play rook f3 with my queen being on the other side. Okay, so the knight is coming into e5, so he is changing plans. Do I have time for rook f3? No, because knight e5 wins the exchange. If I play bishop f4, then bishop takes here, pawn takes here, the pawn is defended. I want him to give up his bishop, obviously, so I think bishop f4 is a good move. Just stopping any knight e5. If the knight now goes back, then maybe rook a to e1, just defending my pawn and allowing him to give up his bishop. I think I should just give up the pawn. Just knight to e2. If I play rook b1, yeah, I really don't mind him taking on c3. I think rook b1 should be played, just not giving up a pawn. So if he takes, he's removing a very key defender from his king. He gets to play knight f6, but then I have bishop h6 after queen g3. So bishop c3, pawn c3, rook b1. Rook b1, knight f6, queen g3. I'm threatening bishop h6. After g6, f takes g6, h takes g6. I have a h4, h5 opening up the position. And I take the b file, which is the only open file, so there are no tricks with rook b2. Rook b2, rook b2, bishop c3, and there's nothing for him. He gets a piece and a pawn for the rook, which is not enough. Okay, so he wants to play c5, but that's giving me the d5 square. Rook f3, c5. I can't find a good move. I don't really want to move my rook to f3 because then my b1 rook is hanging in many variations after bishop takes c3. I can't play h4. I can play g3 h4, but that seems too slow. Maybe it is the best move. g3 seems too risky. And I'm down on time. Maybe just rook b to e1. Maybe just get my rook into play. Rook b to e1. If the bishop moves, I always have knight here. I would gladly give up this knight for this bishop. So yeah, it seems like a logical developing move, bringing the rook to the semi-open file. If the bishop moves, just knight to d1. The thing is that I couldn't have played knight to d1 before when my rook was stuck on a1. Now I really want to be threatening e5. And knight to d1 is not a bad move. I can get into e3. Maybe into c4. So knight d1, knight e3, knight c4 would be a great maneuver and a great outpost if he plays c5. And I think after bishop b7 he's going to want to play c5. So if c5, knight d1, okay, this I have to take. Yeah, I have to take this. That's why I played bishop f4. His knight was just too strong. If he takes with the pawn, then I have bishop c4. No, I don't. I lose the bishop. Stupid. So if pawn takes bishop c4, queen d4 check wins the bishop, which is annoying. Rook takes. Okay. So if c5, knight d5, he wants to stop me because he now takes twice. I really want to get h4 in. Maybe rook f3 now. I want to create some threats. I don't want to play a passive position. Just rook h3, queen h5, forcing g6, opening up the position and trying to play actively. Using the fact that my pawn is pinned. But still I'm not too worried. If he takes, I'm going to take with the knight or with the bishop. Probably with the bishop. Yeah, so just rook h3. Obviously I can't take because my rook is hanging, but I wanted to play rook h3 anyway. If d takes e4, then bishop takes e4, and even c5 can be met by bishop takes bishop, rook takes bishop. And I should probably play rook to f1. Okay, I'm still not worried about this. So I'm just going to play rook f1, unpinning. Maybe queen h5. Queen h5, h6. Yeah, just rook f1, getting away from the danger of the e-file seems fine. Because if I don't move my rook, then bishop takes pawn is a threat because I can't recapture because rook takes e1. My rook was pinned, so that was not good. Queen h5 was a stronger threat, so after queen h5 he would have to play h6, but then I would still have to play there. Okay, I don't care about this pawn, as I said. Now if he moves the rook, I can lose the bishop. the knight, I'm sorry, on c3. Queen h5, h6. I don't have enough attackers in the game. Queen h5, h6, rook g3, threatening to take on h6. I'm just going to force some issues now. Maybe queen g4 might be better. No, but I want to play rook to g3 because if... Yeah, okay, rook g3. Rook g3, king h7 is an irritating move. Ooh, maybe g4 before rook h3, rook g3. No, just rook g3. If bishop g5, then I have h4. No, I don't have h4. Bishop g5, h4, bishop h4. But I have rook g4. And I also have f6. Bishop g5, f6. So I think he has to play king h7. But then I take on f7. Okay. I think I want to take with the knight anyway. Oh, but he wins a piece. He wins a piece. He wins a piece with queen d4. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't if I take with the bishop. If I take bishop takes, rook takes, knight takes, queen d4, check knight f2. So I can take with the bishop. No, he can just play queen d4 anyway. Bishop takes queen d4, wins the knight. Bishop c4, queen d4 once again. Ah, I missed this. Oh, but I have an intermezzo. No, I don't have an intermezzo. Okay, tricky position. Queen h6 is an option, but I lose a piece. Bishop takes, queen d4 check, winning the knight. Knight takes, rook takes, bishop takes, queen d4 check, winning the bishop. But then I can take on h6. So I think I might actually go for that. 2 pieces for the rook, and so knight takes, rook takes, bishop takes, queen d4 check, king h1, queen takes e4, queen takes h6. So I'm going to go for that variation because after king h1, if he takes here, then queen h6 is scary. It's very scary. He doesn't have too many squares. I always have f6. I think I can sacrifice. I mean, it's 2 pieces for the rook. I think I can give him 2 pieces for the rook because then I can take on h6. It's the same variation if he checks now. No, it's not. I can actually take. I can actually play knight f2, but I might leave it at that. So okay, queen d4, king h1. And queen h6. I'm not sure what's going on here, but I'm threatening to take on f6. If he moves the bishop, then I play f6. If he defends the bishop, then I play rook h3. And this is very scary for him. I'm not sure he should have gone for this variation. He obviously has to keep the bishop on the diagonal somewhere. Okay, defending, but now rook h3. No, I have a better move. I have a better move. Rook e3. What does he do after rook e3? Rook e3 and I'm threatening rook e8 checkmate. Yeah, I think rook e3 is just winning. Okay, rook h3 was my first move, so let's... No, I'm an idiot. Rook h3 just loses and rook e3 loses the queen. They all lose the queen. I'm a moron. Sometimes I'm blind. Oh, I can be so blind sometimes. If I move my rook, he takes my queen. Maybe rook to d1. Yeah, I think rook to d1 is a good move. Probably the only move, because after rook d1 I'm threatening to take here. Rook takes g7, bishop takes g7, rook d8, checkmate. He is 1 point of material up. He has 2 bishops for the rook, which is winning in an endgame, but he has back rank issues and stuff. It's not really easy for him to move. I mean, if he moves the queen, I take the bishop. If he moves the bishop, bishop e7 is probably a good move. Oh. Yeah, okay. Good job. I think I'm winning the bishop at the end of the line, but I'm not sure. I missed this, obviously. I'm on the rook, so... And I'm threatening to trap the bishop. Yeah. Resigns. Okay, yeah, I missed that completely. I almost played rook h3, just losing my queen anyway. So let's analyze the game. Let's analyze the game. Now I think bishop to e2 was my first mistake, and then rerouting the bishop. Just going to remove this because it's irritating now that you don't have the names anymore. Sorry about this. Yeah, wasn't a very good game. Knight takes d4, knight f6, knight c3, bishop e7. Yeah. G3, bishop g2. Let's see about bishop d3. The valuation is the same. Bishop c4, I think. Yeah, bishop c4 is probably the most active. Bishop e2 is apparently okay. Castles, castles. Rook to e8. f4 immediately. I was worried about f4, bishop f8. But just bishop f3. Yeah, okay, I could have gone with my plan immediately. After rook e8 I played bishop d3, which is a waste of time. Knight c6, takes. f4 is not a recommended move now. It is now. Okay, f4. Still slightly better. Knight d7. Queen h5 immediately, but I was worried about g6. I was looking at queen h5, g6, and queen f3, and then I'm blocking in my rook. But yeah, I provoked g6. I should have done that. Bishop d2, I guess, is fine, just a developing move. Knight c5. f5. Ooh, f5 was the mistake. But because of d5? What? I don't understand this position. Oh, yeah, he wins the pawn. Okay. So f5 was the mistake. He should have punished it with d5, but he didn't. He played bishop f6, queen g4, fine. Knight d7. Okay. Bishop f4 was a mistake. Rook b8. Yeah, this is where it started to fall apart. Rook a b1. Should have checked me, but he played bishop b7. Rook b2 e1. Yeah, I'm just worse now. Knight e5. Takes. Rook takes. Rook f3. Yeah, rook f3 was a horrible move, but I didn't know how to attack him. Knight d1 immediately. Yeah, I should have played knight d1 first. All of these moves I saw, but I didn't play them or didn't play them at the correct time. d5. Rook h3. Oof. Oof. Bishop c8. Rook f1. Takes. Queen h5. Oh, horrible. h6. Rook g3. Oh, this is just horrible. D takes c4. Knight takes c4. Rook takes c4. Bishop takes c4. Queen d4 check. Yeah, I thought I had something after queen takes h6, but apparently I don't. Queen e5. Yeah, I don't have anything. And the variations I was calculating were just moronic. I mean, rook e3, and I thought, ah, haha, I'm just going to force him to move the queen and win, but he just takes my queen. So I guess this was no better. Yeah, because of queen takes rook. Yeah, I forgot that my queen was there, just under attack if the rook moves, so I missed queen takes g3, and altogether not a very good game. So I think I need to switch to longer time controls, and I definitely do, because this rapid tempo is somewhere in between. I seem to be playing basically on intuition without too much calculation, and if I take too much time, then I get in time trouble, as I did the last training game. I need to find a longer time format, like 45 minutes. I've tried to find the game today, but apparently you don't get paired immediately, you have to wait, and that way I can't record. So yeah, not a very good game. Still instructive, and yeah. Misplayed the position. Bishop e2 was weird. I should have played f4 much earlier and gone for queen h5 earlier. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you got something from this. I think most of e4 players face the Phillidor every now and again, and I hope this video helps for some attacking plans and how not to play them, because they can backfire. Yeah, thanks very much for watching. Let me know what you think about the game. If you can, help me with letting me know how I can arrange longer games on Lichess without having to wait for a couple of hours. That would be very helpful. Thanks very much, and see you later. Stay tuned for more chess. Bye bye.